For this class, we're going to need a block and a strap. That'd be handy, or if you have a towel if you don't have a strap, go ahead and get those, and then meet me back on the mat in a comfortable seated position. We're going to start with some neck rolls, so slowly rotate your neck around in one direction, getting all the kinks out, taking your time, deepening your breath. And then we'll take it the other direction. Just slowly rotate all the way around. Notice any spots that might be a little tight. And then let's lean our head over to the left, and you find the spot that's tightest on this side, so you might want to rotate your head back and forth a little bit. And then once you find the spot, go ahead and just lean your head over, and you can gently use your hand to just put a little bit of weight on your head, but don't pull on your neck. Just kind of give it a little weight so you can feel that stretch a little bit more. And then we'll stretch the right arm out to the side. And just hold this for several breaths. Just starting off with these first poses to get the nice tension out of your neck, shoulders, and upper body. That's where a lot of us tend to carry our stress. So just taking your time. There's nowhere else to be right now. This is your time to relax. And then slowly bring your head back to center and over to the other side. And just investigate where that tightness is on this side. And once you find that spot, go ahead and use your hand gently to put a little weight on your neck and head. And reach your left arm out. Then bring your head back to center. You might need to roll your head out a little. And let's change the crossing of our legs. And if you have a strap or a towel nearby, you might want to grab it. We're going to reach around with our left arm up and right arm underneath. And if you can grab your hands easily, you won't need your strap or your towel. But if you can't, go ahead and use that to bridge the gap between your hands. And just breathe and open up and feel that left tricep opening up and then the front of the right shoulder. And just ease into these poses. You can't force your body to become more flexible. You have to allow it to open up. And then gently release. And then we'll switch sides. So your right arm will be up and then your left arm will go behind. And either clasp your hands or your towel or strap. You might notice this side is different than the other. This side's much more open for me. Just take notice and let that thought go. It's perfectly normal to have asymmetric openness in the body. But that's why we practice yoga, to help balance those out. And feel the opening up. Lift the chest up. And gently release and shake those shoulders out. Then we're going to come into all fours. So your wrists under your shoulders, knees under hips. We'll do some cat-cows. So exhale, arch. Then inhale, lift your head and hips. Exhale, arch your back. And inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Do a few more times. And then from here, we'll do some free movement. So you might want to rotate to one side or whatever movements feel good to you, just to get your spine moving and some flexibility in your shoulders and hips. If you're going one direction, go ahead and rotate the other. And let's come back to center. And we're going to thread the right arm underneath our body and reach the left arm up. Or if you'd like to bind it around you, that's fine too. Just a nice gentle opening of the back of the right shoulder here. And just rest your side of your head comfortably on the floor. So if you have your arm in the bind behind you, your left front of the arm will get a nice stretch along that front shoulder and chest as well. And then go ahead and ease out of that, come back on to all fours. And then we'll thread the left arm underneath and either bring the right arm in front of you or bind it around. Maybe you can tuck your hand into your hip. And breathe and ease into this. And then go ahead and gently come out, back onto all fours. And then we'll bring our right foot up between our hands and we'll be on our left knee. And then grab your left foot with your right hand. If you can't reach, you can use your strap or the towel. And then rotate your chest open to the right. This is a nice quad stretch. That's one of the most overused muscles in the body, so it's really nice to give it a good stretch. And just make sure you're not on top of your kneecap here. You're kind of in front of it, above the kneecap. You never want any pain in these stretches, just some sensation but never pain. If you ever do feel pain, please back out of the pose. Okay, gently release the foot and come back to all fours. Then we'll bring the left foot between the hands. Then you'll grab your right foot with your left hand or strap. Then go ahead and rotate open to the left. Sink into it. And this also is a great hip flexor stretch. Most of us do sit too much, so this is good for the hip flexor as well as the quadricep. And then gently release the foot. Come back to all fours. Then we'll make our way on to our stomach for Sphinx pose. So we'll have our elbows underneath our shoulders or a little bit in front of, hands flat. Or if you'd like a little bit more, you can make your hands a little wider, turned out, and then try to straighten the arms a little more. And this is just a nice back bend that opens up the front of the chest, that will give us some more oxygen in our lungs, which calms the nervous system. So back bends are always good for calming your body and your mind. And then come down and rest your head on your hands. And then we'll come up for a second set. So either regular Sphinx or seal is when you straighten your arms a little bit more. Just don't have any tension in the low back. So you don't want to go too high. You want to be able to keep your glutes relaxed and your low back relaxed. And you want to feel this opening in the chest. And relax down. Rest your head on your hands. Maybe shake your hips a little bit, side to side. Then we'll come into one more. Maybe you can come into this one a little bit deeper. Maybe lift your head up so your neck gets a little more of a stretch. And release. Maybe shake those hips out. Just let everything relax. Now we're going to come into our backs for a shoelace pose. So bring your feet flat on the floor. Then we'll cross our right leg over our left. And then bring your knees towards your chest. So if you can, go ahead and grab your feet. If not, your calves, or you can just grab your knees and pull them into your chest. So if you do have your feet, go ahead and pull them towards you so that your feet stretch out wider, and then you'll feel a really nice stretch in the outer hips. It's important to stretch our hips because that's where we keep a lot of our stored emotion. So hip stretching is a great way to release that. And just make sure your head and neck are soft on the floor. There's no tension there. Maybe you can ease a little bit more into the stretch. And then let's release, bring the knees into the chest, and then the feet back to the floor. Let's bring our left knee over our right and grab where you did on the other side. And if you can, pull your feet a little bit more out so you get that nice, good stretch. Relax the head, the neck. And then gently release, bringing the knees into the chest. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then we will, if you have your strap, you might want to grab that. So if you can reach your foot, go ahead and don't use the strap, but if it's a little too far away for you, just put the strap around your right foot. You can either keep your left foot on the ground or straighten your left leg. And then bring your foot towards your head. Then you might want to put your left hand on your left leg, and then you can lift your head if you'd like a little bit more. So this engages the right hamstring and then gets a little bit of ab work in there. But if it's too much for the abs, go ahead and rest your head back and just bring your foot towards your head. Just nice and gentle to get that nice opening in the back of the leg. And then rest your head down, and then let's bring the right leg over to the right side. So you'll get a nice inner groin stretch there. Just remember not to push it, just go as far as you can. If it's a little uncomfortable, you can always stick your block or pillow underneath your right foot. And it's nice to keep your left hand on your left hip to try to keep that hip down and not rolling to the right. And then let's bring that right leg up, and if you like, you can bring your foot in one more time before releasing it. Then just notice the difference between the sides. Okay, let's go ahead and bring our left foot in. So either use your strap or grab your big toe with your peace fingers. And either have your right leg straight or foot on the floor. And if you like, you can put that right hand on the right leg and then crunch your head up. If you'd like a little more, you can bend your arm to bring your foot a little bit closer. Okay, and then go ahead and bring your head down to the floor and then release your left leg off to the left, keeping your right hand on your right hip to try to level off your hips. Just feel that nice opening in the groin area along with your hamstring. Now look over the right shoulder. And let's bring that leg back up to center, and if you like, bring your head towards your leg, and then release the leg down. Just sit here for a moment before bringing your knees in. Then we'll come into a happy baby pose. So grab the outer edges of your feet and pull your knees towards the floor. You can either stay still or rock back and forth, side to side. And then hold. And release. So if you have a block, go ahead and grab it. If not, you can go ahead and start in Shavasana. But if you have your block, let's put it on the medium height and have the corner of it so it sits right between where your head and your neck meet, so right on that spot. And then we'll rotate our head back and forth a little bit just to get a little bit of the tension out of our neck. And then we'll rotate our head over to the right and try to find that ropey ridge of muscle that's just kind of halfway in between as far as you turn your head in the center. So once you find that ridge, just go ahead and settle in and relax on that spot to try to get rid of some of that tension. Yeah, this is a tight spot for many of us, so this is really nice to get that myofascial release. And then let's slowly bring our head back to center. And then rock over to the left side and find that nice ropey ridge of muscle over on the left side. And then once you find it, go ahead and settle in. Just keeping your eyes closed and relaxed. Then we'll rotate back to center and then rotate your head back and forth just a few more times just to loosen everything up. And then we'll go ahead and remove our block and lay down in Shavasana for as long as you like. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.